Hi, I'm Sheryl Eldene, and this particular video is for the caregivers, and I'm making that for two reasons. One, if you're a caregiver, you're the primary backbone of your loved one's healing journey. And the second one is, I want to be sure that you are cared for in this process. If your loved one has recently experienced a trauma, the first thing that you can do to help is to make sure that their environment is safe. For example, if the trauma that they suffered was from an accident, you want to be sure that they are safe to drive again. A lot of people after an accident, they kind of lose their moxie, they lose their ability to deal with traffic, and you want to help them get out of a car and take other kinds of transportation if that's the case. Or if they've been in an accident as a pedestrian, they may be too frightened to walk anywhere near a vehicle, and they'll need your help to figure out how to maneuver their life in that situation. Now, if your loved one was assaulted, either sexual assault or a mugging, what you can do for them is to make sure that their home is safe, it's locked and secure, that their workplace is safe. Go with them to be sure if there's a security guard there or anyone that you can engage to be sure that they're safe in that environment, as well as their commute. If they take the bus, if that's safe bus stops that they take, only you can do that, because right after a trauma, your loved one will feel unsafe everywhere, and they will not be able to study the environment the way you can. The third area that you can help right after a trauma is if your loved one has received a serious life-threatening diagnosis like cancer or HIV. What I know of that trauma is that when a person has received that diagnosis, in a way they become a deer in the headlights, and the thinking and the memory part of their brain isn't serving them. If you can go with them to the appointments, to be second ears, to be a second person that can ask questions, and just be there and be present for them. The other thing you can do for your loved one is make sure that you stay healthy so that you can do these things. Now, the one thing I want you to know when a trauma is new and recent, that panic attacks are a very normal response to that problem. And a panic attack is when all of a sudden your loved one will feel like somehow they're back in the situation that hurt them. Their breathing gets shallow, their palms get sweaty, they just don't, they can't function. That can also be nightmares and flashbacks. If that happens, it doesn't help to tell them they're safe, because in that particular moment, words are irrelevant. What you need to do in that case is, if they've had a panic attack in a place that you perceive to be completely safe, let's say in the middle of a Baskin-Robbins ice cream store, if you see them breathing really shallow, like you know something's up. That's the place for you to take them out of the Baskin-Robbins, take them to a place that they feel comfortable. The other thing that you can do is make sure they know they're with you and they're not with the assault and they're not with the diagnosis. You can do that by just lightly touching them, bringing their awareness back to who you are. That can help them come out of that panic attack. What you can do for your loved one is, one, let them know that those panic attacks are a normal response to what they've been through, and they aren't losing their mind and they aren't going crazy, and that what they're doing is natural. Also, you can begin to make some daily life decisions for them, like what to have for breakfast. When a brain goes through what they've gone through, this part of the brain that helps make you make choices, like what to have for breakfast, like what to put on today, like what time to get up, those kinds of decisions are a lot more difficult for them to make. And this is a good time, if they'll let you, that you can step in and make those decisions. You can also provide what I'm going to call concierge services. You can contact the police and the fire department. You can contact the security detail at their office. You can contact professionals that can step in and help as they're trying to recover. The strategies that you use to make your life work, like thinking optimistically, like finding the good in what happens to you, like making plans for your future, those are all really good strategies, but usually they don't work for someone that's been traumatized. If they reject your advice, don't take it personally. They're doing the best they can to put their life back together. They will listen to your advice later, just not right now.